caution flags, but give us a quick look.
Yeah, this is just some of the more recent ones and involving some of the headline drivers. Kurt Busch was out of things early, Mike. His second wreck. Of course, the defending points champion. He was okay, but done for the night. The DEI team, Michael Waltrip led a lap. Junior got as high as 8th, but Junior into the back of Michael took both of these cars out. An onboard look from Michael Waltrip's Napa Chevrolet, so they were out of the picture. Ryan Vickers trying to get his first career Cup win, led a career best 98 laps, but triggered this running into Bill Elliott, involving Martin and Gordon and Harvick and Sadler. Vickers later apologized, said it was his fault that Joe Nemechek in the Army car leading late just loses it and wrecks and lost the lead. And the red flag coming out here with 9 laps remaining. Bobby Labonte in front of Carl Edwards, Jimmy Johnson, Ryan Newman, and Jeremy Mayfield. And that's the way it looks, Jeff Hammond, after how many miles? Seems like we've been here a few days.
Well, it's been a long time. It's always an endurance race when you come to Charlotte and have to run this long 600-miler. But I think Bob Osborne brought a real interesting little point right there. These red flag conditions may give Bobby Labonte some of that, what we considered disadvantage back by allowing these cars to cool the tires. If he is able to get them cleaned off and getting ready to refire the cars, we see Bobby refire the number 18. He may be able to hold off the charge of Jimmy Johnson.
Seen a lot of guys be up front, come back from being involved in incidents. Ryan Newman, who was the pole sitter, did lead 43 laps, is back up to 4th after all this. Let's check in with Steve Barnes. Steve?
Thanks, Chris. Matt Borland talking to Ryan Newman. Matt, it's been such a strange night. You guys battled a tight car, got a lap down. Now you're back. You're going to restart actually 3rd.
Yeah, it hasn't been a real good night. The car's was real good at the start of the race, and they evened it through the middle, and then we got caught up in that wreck and got some body damage, and just trying to work our way back and hopefully salvage a decent finish.
Can Ryan get to the front?
Probably not with all that damage on there, but he's going to do everything he can and hopefully bring it home, at least with hopefully a good finish.
Mike?
He's just one of many cars that were out of this race, had no chance, and yet they're up there on the last lap, or on the last, on the lead lap as we come toward the last lap. All right, Darrell, what must Bobby Labonte do? What can Carl Edwards do? Because we all know Jimmy Johnson's got a fast car with the freshest tires.
I think right now Bobby Labonte's best friend is Carl Edwards. If Carl can hold Jimmy Johnson up, if Ryan Newman can hold Jimmy Johnson up, and Bobby could get one of those big leads, clean air is a premium, maybe he could get out there far enough and Jimmy couldn't catch him. It's going to be that close one way or another.
Larry, everybody's going to be gunning for Jimmy Johnson because they know he's in the best position to try to win this race.
But the thing is, and we talked about it a while ago, he has the best tires of anyone in the top 10, but I agree with Darrell. Carl Edwards is definitely Bobby Labonte's best friend, but Bobby can get that lead out there. We're only going to have about 6 or 7 laps of racing, just possibly, but I think that close. It's going to be a typical Lowe's Motor Speedway finish even after 600 miles.
Jeff, take a look at the cars behind Jimmy Johnson. Is there anybody with a shot that you see?
Well, I think right now when you talked about Ryan Newman, I think he's sitting out there right there, guys, you know, really getting himself focused. We know he can run fast laps around here, and DW already pointed out, if they get their tires cleaned off, they could make a run on Jimmy Johnson. Carl Edwards holds him up a little bit. It's going to give Bobby Labonte the type of advantage he needs, but getting your tires cleaned off and this restart is going to be so important.
Hey, Darrell, after having been through all these miles and all of this, to have a little break like that before the big finish for a driver, as we heard from Bobby Labonte, can it be too relaxing, or does it come at a good time?
No, it comes at a great time. You know, a few laps here, catch your breath. You know, you give a chance to relax a little bit, concentrate, refocus, and you just got a few laps here. It'll be just like a 4 or 5 lap qualifying run. Give me 4 qualifiers.
We have 21 lead lap cars. Does anybody pit?
Oh, I think if you're back there 18th, 19th, 20th, you know, why not? But we talked about this a while ago as well. If you're in the top 12 or 14, if you pit, you'll be lucky to get back to 14th just because it's so hard to pass. And this will be a single file restart. Looks like Kyle Petty has made a pit stop, as well as Jeff Burton in the 31. Joe Nemechek, the 01, back on pit road.
Right, Nemechek is still in this race. Now, we sniped a little bit of audio a bit ago from Carl Edwards, the second-place car.
We're going to go as hard as I can go. We're going to try to win this race, buddy.
That's all we can do, but still remember the big deal.
I got you, buddy. I got you. Hey, right now you're looking at a really good point stay, bud, okay? I hear you. we're going to push here.
The big deal is the chase for the Nextel Cup. After 26 races, the top 10, or anyone within 400 points to the leader, moves into the chase. And Carl Edwards came in here 13th. And right now, he is in a position to gain 5 spots. He says he's going for it. This is what he means. Edwards is in the 60 on Friday night at Richmond. On the last lap, he muscles Elliott Sadler up to the high side. He gets the win. Brad Parrott makes gymnastics look ugly.
But last night, they were telling Carl the same thing. He had a bad car, wasn't running all that great. Get you a decent finish. What did he do? He wrecked. And he needs to remember that from last night, see if he learned anything.
But what I do remember about his win at Atlanta, with 5 to go, I think pretty much everyone had handed that win to Jimmy Johnson. He went up and hit the wall in turn 1. He got to pushing off turn 2. Johnson drove away. He didn't give up, though, to that final lap when he went by Jimmy Johnson for the win.
It'd be kind of interesting if it came in the reversed here at Charlotte.
It would. Look at how full this grandstand is still, with 6 laps to go from the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company airship, reminding you travel with peace of mind on Goodyear's new Assurance tires.
We just have so many cars up there that could use a great run tonight. You have Mark Truex Jr. sitting there in 6th place, the 1 car. Kevin LePage, we've talked about him in 8th. Kenny Schrader in the 49 car in 10th.
Next weekend, coverage on Speed Channel and FX from Dover, Delaware. Busch Series qualifying, Nextel Cup qualifying, and the Craftsman Truck Series race, all on Speed Channel Friday. Then Saturday, the NASCAR Busch Series race and Nextel Cup final practice are on FX. And Sunday, from Dover, Delaware, NASCAR This Morning on Speed and NASCAR Victory Lane bracket. The Cup race, the Nextel Cup race, is on FX, 12:30 Eastern Time.
Well, what's going to happen next?
I hate to say this, but pull those belts up one more time.
Yeah, I'm not going to say boogity, boogity, boogity.
No.
I know that. They've done that all night long.